what's happening, guys? I'm ika.himee and welcome to my channel. And today I'm doing something that is pretty unusual for me ordinarily, especially on my YouTube channel, and I am painting a semi-realistic portrait as well as doing it in gouache. Now, I'm starting off with watercolor and I'm using Dr. P.H. Martin's concentrated watercolor and a little bit of India ink. Unfortunately, it dried a lot flatter than I was anticipating, and I guess at the time I didn't really notice how flat it had dried until like way later, and I was looking at it and I started thinking about it and I was like, that doesn't look how I thought it would look. So Dr. P.H. Martin seems to dry a bit differently from what I'm used to with regular watercolors, so that's kind of something to take into account. It's probably great for a lot of like cartoony illustrations and whatnot, or things that you want a really solid color for, but I guess it probably isn't great for space like I thought it would be. I don't know, I'll have to mess around with it more, but yeah, so I'm doing gouache, and I don't really know much at all about gouache. I've watched several videos about gouache, but that doesn't mean that I know much, and I'm probably did it wrong. I think that you're supposed to like work in small sections and go outwards, but I'm a digital artist, so I'm used to putting down like flats and stuff and then working from there, so it was like a whole new experience for me. This is my no, this isn't my second. This is like probably my fifth gouache piece, but the first one I did was just in my sketchbook, and it was just like a test gouache thing, and I was having a lot of trouble figuring out how the colors mixed together and how to like apply the white, because the white wasn't like working the way that I was thinking that it was going to work. So yeah, the first obviously is, you know, never going to be great, but it was a total fail for me, honestly. I mean, I think it looks okay as far as it goes, but it was like I just couldn't make it any better. And then the other ones were just paintings of budgies, so I mean, they were pretty simple to do and like impressionistic, really, so it wasn't like anything that needed something super precise. And this needed more precise measures, I guess, because it's an actual portrait of a person. Now, this is a character of mine. Her name is Amber. She's an earthling, but she does like she's in like space military. It's a lot to get into, and I don't really want to get into it in this video, but I had to go somewhere during the process of this painting, so I actually had to like stop painting and then I came back, and so you'll like probably see like a big jump between like what the face looked like and then it's like pretty much fully rendered, you know. And that was kind of because when I came back I decided that I wasn't going to film it because filming it was kind of stressing me out, and I really needed to focus on it. So yeah, I kind of did most of the skin rendering off camera, and then just came back and did like a few minor details and tweaks and stuff, because I'd like kind of figured out where I was going with it. I don't think it's perfect, and you know, it is what it is. Her skin tone, it was actually supposed to be like, I think a little bit lighter. I mean, I think her skin tone looks fine, but in my head her skin tone was like slightly lighter than that. But again, I'm using like the introductory gouache set, so there aren't really any browns or any skin tones whatsoever in it, so I have to mix like all of my colors, and I'm using like a combination of gouache and watercolor to get skin tones, and I was kind of afraid to mess with it anymore because, like, you know, I was afraid of messing it up. But I mean, I think her skin tone is fine. It's just in my head it just looked a little bit different. So I don't know if I'll keep her skin tone like this or if I will make it a little bit lighter or something, but we'll see. I was originally going to do this in watercolor, and then I decided that I wanted to break out the gouache because I thought it would be really good to do a portrait with, and I think that I was correct in that. I think it worked out fine. Her hair, you'll see, it's like a little bit weird. Like, I don't think it's bad, it's just like I don't really know what I'm doing, especially with textured hair, because, you know, I'm not really good at drawing lots of curly hair, or painting curly hair, and that is like a lot of curly hair, so I really did my best, and it's just stuff to improve on. But I really want to draw this character more because I actually quite enjoy her, and if you watch my sketchbook tour video, talk a little bit more about her because there's like a few sketches of her in there. But yeah, so this is like my full gouache painting thing, and it was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing more gouache stuff. I don't know what things I'll do in gouache. I don't know if I will stay with a semi-realistic portrait theme or if I'll do my regular anime trash. I am really just not sure yet. I'm just, you know, just going how I go. But I think that her skin tone in general, I think it came out very nice and like visually interesting. I think that I was able to get quite a lot of different like colors into it, so it doesn't look like super flat. It looks a bit more multi-dimensional, which is nice. But her clothes are probably my favorite part, I think. Like I like the way that the clothing was, and I know that like the camera, it'll like the white balance is really weird with my webcam sometimes, so her clothing is white and sometimes it just kind of like the white balance gets out of whack and you can't exactly see what I'm doing, and it's like super annoying. Yeah, but it is what it is, I guess. A lot of this video, like I think like the last segment of the video actually got corrupted, so I apologize for that. So this would actually be a slightly longer video, but yeah, that last like hour or so got completely corrupted in the savings, so I don't have that video anymore. But I have all of the other clips, which is good. So you at least have some of the painting, and you know, even if not all of it. And now the brushes I'm using, they're just like really cheap watercolor brushes that I bought off of Wish a long time ago. I think that I talked about them in my Wish review video. I think these are really decent brushes. I actually quite enjoy them. I don't have a lot of money to spend on watercolor brushes. I'd love to get better ones, but for gouache I definitely don't need better ones. People suggest using like stiffer brushes for gouache because it's like thicker than watercolor, and there might be something to that. I don't know, but I don't know. A lot of people say that you shouldn't use like really good quality watercolor brushes for gouache because it's gonna like ruin them or something. I don't know. I don't really care about a lot of my supplies. I'm kind of a sloppy artist, so my stuff goes everywhere, so I'm not really quality control, so I'm not really the person to ask about that. But you should probably just watch some YouTube videos or something about tips on how to do gouache stuff, or you know, how to take care of your gouache supplies and brushes, as I'm definitely not the person to ask about any of that stuff. But yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about this piece in general. It was a lot of trial and error and working things out, and her hair didn't come out exactly the way that I wanted it to, because I wanted to go for more of like, she has black roots underneath the blue, but it doesn't really show up well because I don't know what I'm doing, but it is what it is. And I hope that it looks good anyways. And I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and going on this little gouache journey with me. I had a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and links to my social media and stuff is in the description box below. I have a Kickstarter going on right now for my Goo Dakimakuras, so you can check that out as well, and feel free to subscribe to stay updated every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!